RCGP is all about making RC a genuine motorsport, and that's what we're doing. And it was great to be at World RX over in Silverstone earlier in the year. But we've got our own race happening, and for my money, I think it's the most important one happening today, at least today, because there's more happening tomorrow. Tomorrow's a brand new, fresh day. But today, very important, 2 sprint finals coming. We've got 1 more round of qualifying to go. But let's just take a look, or a little chat about what has happened so far.
You're talking about permutations, aren't you?
Permutations.
Well, I think we're probably pretty aware, those who've followed so far, that the 2 drivers who are away at Ronafalk and Ongaro. But in fact, Ronafalk has 7 points so far, Ongaro has 8, but only 2 further back is Juan Carlos Canas. Now, the point about this is, every round counts, there's no drop scores, and they're both starting towards the middle of the field. So if they have one dodgy run, they could tumble down the run. Either of those are going to be 3rd or 4th, and Canas go past them. The man starting in pole for the final round, Leonardo Valente, he has 14 points and is in 4th, so he's got a chance of going in the top 3 or 4. Not bad for a first race in RCGP after dominating RC2 in Austria. And then in 5th at the moment, now this is not a name I'd expect to see as high as 5th, it's Lee having a bad season so far, Martin.
Yes. Well, let's find out how it looked in round 3 before we get into round 4.
Taking an unlikely win. Will his teammate get through? Can Ronafalk make it 3 out of 3? In victory, it's a good start from all 3, and immediately straight into the lead has gone Davide Ongaro. Now in 2nd place, it is still Hoffa. Ronafalk 3rd. 4th looks like it is going to be Lee Martin still. So Ronafalk needs to get past Hoffa as quickly as possible, otherwise Ongaro's going to get away. So the battle is the 2nd and 3rd at the moment. 3rd and 4th, Martin and Boots. It's an all. Oh, and he's got the inside there. So a great overtaking. No, he held on to it. He still got through the inch. He got up the inside was Ronafalk. Well fought back by Hoffa, but in fighting back, he overcooked it slightly. And that was it. Now, Buffalo is a lap behind already. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right together. They look in the bump up side. It's more currently with the light green. He just got muscled out by Boots, I think that was, over the start finish line. The JQ driver, Max Moore, the young Finn, to see can he get past him and therefore get the pole. Just so you know, 7 seconds in the lead. Brilliant run by Ongaro. Really has just made a mockery of everyone else. In this particular one, got out, got his head down, and he's gone. Mort makes a slight mistake, but he's still holding back Boots. Boots knows that Mal, the referee we heard from earlier, will be looking at this. And he's got the inside, and he's like, no, 1-2. But no, he's got turned round. It's going to wait the 3-4, and he's kind of driven that car out. And now they've got right down Valente with a lap to go. Should now be scored 7th in the Italian flag car. So Valente is 2nd, but Boots still in 8th. As Boots needs to try and get Valente in its corner, or otherwise Leonardo's going to find himself in his 2nd pole position. Can Boots find a way up the inside? No, Boots has kind of free-wheeled it and eases back and actually backs off from Mort. So Mort picks up 8, Boots 9, and it's Valente who does pick up that overall final bump up. And Valente picked up that final bumper, and Leonardo Valente's with us again. Well, you do it the right way. 7-1, 7-1.
Yeah, that's the plan. Obviously, I will try to do my best, like Q2, and I think will be decided in the start. I think because if you get a clean start, then it's easier, of course, to close in a good position.
It was a massive fight, a massive scrap in that race. Did you have any idea you were 7th or 6th or 8th or anything?
I knew I wasn't in top 7, but I didn't know how far I was. But then when I got stopped, my dad told me I was 7, so I was lucky.
It's going well. Thank you, Leonardo. Good luck with the race. And quick word with Lee Martin. Lee, I'm just looking down the overall points, going, okay, it's Ronafalk. Got to 5th place. Ooh, what's gone wrong / suddenly right?
Well, you asked yesterday how it's gone terribly, but hopefully we could change the fortunes a little bit. It's gone well. Car feels pretty good, driving better than what I had before, so yeah.
You've been stuck in the middle of the field every race. I mean, are people behaving themselves more than they were at Fairing, or is it just a track where you don't get mullered quite so often?
I'm still getting touched. Like the first one, I got hit up the arse a few times. One of them put me on my roof. Not ideal. A few touches in the other ones, but I think because of the tighter nature of the track, it's not quite as fast to take out, so you can save it a little bit. I'm saying that now. I'm gonna get killed in this one.
Thank you, Lee. Starting in third, and your teammate is starting in second. It's Carl. Carl, first of all, I didn't get a chance to say, but that was massive bad luck in the second race. What happened to the car?
Yeah, I had just an engine problem. Me and Dad sorted it out. But yeah, I started from the back in the last one, so it kind of sucked. But managed to get 6th, which is okay. My car's really good. Just needed a little bit more luck.
And starting second, so there is a chance of a victory. You've got to get past Leonardo, who's won one race already, of course.
Yeah, definitely. We're in a good spot. So hopefully I can get a good run now and improve my position for the final. But yeah, should be good. I'm happy.
Carl, great stuff.
Thanks, sir.
On your way up. So those are your top 3 in the grid. But don't forget, the other key battle is actually in positions 5, 6 and 7, which is Canas, currently in 3rd overall, and then Runafout, currently in 1st overall, and then 7th, it is Ongaro. So it is all to play for. Who will come, who will win, who will get it, who will start on pole for both the legs of the 22-lap finals later this afternoon? Well, you know what? I don't know. The only thing I do know is that Matt McCallum is going to read you through the whole grid.
And let's do that now. As we've just seen, Valente in first, McBride in second, Lee Martin in third, and bringing up number 4 on the grid will be Atsushi Hara with Juan Carlos Canas in number 5. David Ronefalk, the Swede with the HB Racing, is in position number 6. Davide Ongaro. These are the top 2 guys, so they're mid-table now. He will be 7th on the grid, whereas Max Mort is on 8th, Elliot Boots 9th, Mika Vidmeyer is 10th, 11th on the grid, Joseph Quagrain 12th, Marco Ravaglia, and Patrick Hoffer on 13th, with Marco Barufalo still just not having the day he wants or deserves. But tomorrow is a brand new day, a fresh day of new racing action, so maybe round 6 will have his name on it, but round 5 ain't looking so good, unfortunately.
Strange nod of manly approval then. We're ready to go. A few seconds, they'll be off. Can Valente win his second race? Don't forget his win has given him a point in the championship. And they're off. That delay as the clutch engages and the car spins away, but it is a good start again from Valente, and he leads coming over the bridge for the first time. Right behind him, though, is McBride. A little bit of a gap then to Martin. Martin then is in front of Canas, then Ronefalk. Ongaro's made a worse start than Ronefalk by 1 position. They've managed to get Elliot Boots in between the 2 of them. Ongaro goes around in 7th, then Ravalia, Haro, and then JQ. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all in one shot, and already Martin is taking a little bit of a buffer to prevent Canas and Ronefalk getting past him. You can see him already driving some pretty good lines, but the first 2 are up and away, which is Leonardo Valente, the young Italian, and Carl McBride from Australia. McBride's won a couple of these races already within RCGP over the first 2 rounds. Desperate bad luck in race 2 when he had an engine problem that's going to put him back for the final, but still a chance to get a point with a win here. But Valente has proven to be pretty damn fine at holding a tight line. Oh, what is a beautiful move there by Canas, but Canas actually in doing it opened up Ronefalk. Ronefalk then got turned round, and Ronefalk dropped back from an almost 3rd down to about 8th, and this now puts the pole position very much firmly in the possession of Ongaro. But up at the front, where we're looking at the moment, it is Valente from McBride. Let's just drop back to the battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th and everything else, because that's a little bit more of a interest as far as the overall, because now in 3rd and 4th it's now Canas from Ongaro, and then you've got a big problem for Ronefalk, who's dropped way back to Ongaro from looking behind the buck. Then it's Martin, Boots, Ravalia, and who's that upside down and floundering? That was Boots. So Ongaro moves into 3rd, and he's right now behind 2nd place. So away has gone Leonardo Valente, and 2nd and 3rd is what you see on screen now, which is Canas going under the bridge just inches ahead of Ongaro. So can Ongaro then get through and begin attacking Valente? Ronefalk serves the issues in 8th, so this is looking particularly good at the moment for Ongaro, but obviously can't afford. He went a little bit wide there, and if he got through, no. So Canas remains ahead of Ongaro, still behind them. It's Martin, and then Boots, and then McBride. So Valenti leads, then Canas. Just behind him, Ongaro. So Valente's lead now 2.5 seconds. Ongaro behind Canas. As it stands at the moment, it's going to be, I think Ongaro and Canas would both be ahead of Runafalk, who's mired down about 5 places back, and so needs to start moving forward quickly. As we run on second and third. Away is Valente, the blue and the red car. That is Canas trying to stop Ongaro getting past him, and we are now 4 out of the 10 laps, not quite halfway yet. And they've also they've gained quite well on Valente. Valente lost about 0.4 of a second that time. So my attention was taken by cars upside down the back of the track. I'm not sure if Runafalk was one of them. He was. So Runafalk's dropped way down. So Runafalk at the moment is going to be in serious trouble when it comes to fight. He may well only start third unless he can start moving through positions. He's certainly not currently. He was scored last time round, and he's made 2 positions up. So I think he's like 12. So Runafalk, major problem. But Canas now running a blocking procedure on Garo, but the car in the distance is drifting away. That is Valente, but they are still slightly gaining on Valente, and we are only halfway through. Still 5 laps to go. How long can Canas hold the raging Ongaro pass? Now, what maybe at this point does Ongaro's team tell him that Runafalk is so far back, don't risk anything? So to give you a clue, Runafalk is 12 seconds behind Ongaro due to incidents and accidents and everything else. So Ongaro, the orangey car in third. The blue and the red is one car's Canas, who's been the most consistent person over the course of all these races. He's holding back, but they're all gaining on Valente in the Italian flag coloured car. So Valente, so it's S-Works from S-Works from the team Scampi Rosso. So Valente makes a little tiny mistake. Oh, interesting. Valente and Canas made exactly the same mistake coming up the hot race tabletop, and then through has gone, well, temporarily through a gone. We got one again. Temporarily through a gone. Ongaro is in the lead about a yard and a half. Big winner out of that kind of kerfuffle, though, was Valente. His lead moves back out again to 1.7 seconds. And it goes back to the cat and mouse of Canas and everyone else. Runafalk scored in 10th that time. At this point, he's just trying to have damage limitation to start further up, and he needs to keep moving, because at the moment I think he could be in danger of being behind Valente as well. He currently is on term for 14 only points. So they struggle around 1, 2, and 3. Just on the edge of shot, you'll see Valente. There's Valente. And now it's Canas and Ongaro. And this has been the battle the whole way through. We have 2 laps left. Ongaro, Canas a bit wide there. Can Ongaro make? No, he can't. Ongaro can make the most of that little gap he got. Runafalk remains 10th, and therefore may well be starting 4th in the finals. And that's what happens when it goes wrong. But Valente went over. Valente went over. Oh no! Valente drops to 3rd. Oh, Valente goes over underneath us. Saw him being marshalled. So your leader now is Juan Carlos Canas. In 2nd, it is Runafalk. A completely zero pressure mistake from Valente puts him down to 3rd. Now, what's interesting happening is that Ongaro has dropped back a bit off as they start the last lap. Canas is leading. This is 2nd place Ongaro and 3rd place Valente. Ongaro doesn't need to take Canas. He's going to start on pole. Canas will start 2nd, and the question is whether that slight change of points around there might give Runafalk 3rd, whether it will stay with Valente. Valente, they were on for 2 wins. All went wrong just on that corner there. So let's move forward and take our leader on Canas. He's now about to go over the bridge now. He's got a few corners to go. He's held off Ongaro very successfully. Valente was doing fine. 1 minor mistake. Must be kicking himself. But these 3 will come over now. Probably all pretty happy. Canas will start 2nd. Ongaro will start 1st. And Valente, it's going to be touch and go whether he ends up starting in 3rd or 4th. It's going to depend on what happens with the rest of the cars that come in. Waiting to see where Runafalk finishes. after a disappointing and difficult race. Runafout picks up 9th, and I think that is going to be enough, that 9th, to make him start 3rd overall. But that, really not a race that went Runafout's way. Almost a race that went perfectly for Leonardo Valente. But it was, in the end, it was Juan Carlos Canas who gets that win from David Ongaro. McBride picked up 4th. Barufalo 5th, Revalia 6th, Elliott Boots was 7th, Lee Martin was 8th, and then Runafout after that. So we need to go and have a conversazione, as they say, with the men behind the men behind the men and find out what went on there. But that was an interesting one, to put it mildly. A bit less talking for a second as I go and try and find the top 3, Canas, Ongaro and Valente. Okay. And, Juan Carlos. Well done. A win, a point. A race where you were just tracking Leonardo and you made that one mistake and you got the win.
Yes, now it's more faster than the last. I changed some setup, change, and from the sprint, now it's more comfortable. And the best lap is fast. I'm happy, and now it's the final. That's important.
Thank you, Juan Carlos. Well done. And go quick word with Davide. Bit of a fight, that one. Not the best start, Davide, but you managed to get through the pack.
Yeah, I wait that the other guys make some mistakes, and I saw maybe Juan Carlos or someone hit David, so I get past him, and I finished second, so good points for the...
And you will start the race in pole. Runafout had a pretty disastrous race. I don't think he won't even start second, so it'll be you from Canas. So that must give you a lot of confidence for the finals.
Yeah, car was working great now, and I think for the final, at least just to drive well without mistake, and hope to make a good result like always.
Thank you very much indeed. Leonardo, we thought he's going to do it again. No. What happened?
I made a very stupid mistake on the corner under the rostrum. The car flipped over, and I tried to save it, but I couldn't.
I think the good news, you'll still be starting sort of overall 4th or 5th, which must be way above what you thought you'd achieve.
Obviously, I wouldn't thought of making like a TQ in Q2 and now a possible TQ, but I didn't imagine it when I first came here, so I'm really happy.
Great, so thank you, Leonardo. We'll be back seeing the RCGP boys in about an hour and 45 minutes when they go out for their first of their 22-lap finals, remember, with a fuel stop. That is the end of qualifying for both for RC2 and for RCGP. The RC2 guys have now got a qualifying race, believe it or not, which will be coming up at 2:30, which is about 30 minutes time. We will leave you for half an hour, but come back for all the RCGP action starting at 2:30 on YouTube and starting at about 3:30 on Facebook. We will be with you the whole time. Don't forget, RCGP Final 1, Junior Final, Senior Final, RCGP Final Leg 2. It's an afternoon of racing. Do not miss it. It's all here or there or everywhere. Until then, RCGP signing out, qualifying, round 5 done.